students coming down. So with that, I'll wrap up.
Thank you, David. I think you brought up an amazing number of really interesting points that I'm sure the audience will pick up. That was really great. So we now go on to our second David for today, David Geraghty. And David works in Google and has a huge amount of experience there that he will share with us. However, I am in a bit of a huff with him because I recognised David as being a student when I was in Trinity way back when, and he actually managed to ask me, was I still in Trinity, as if I was failing my exams and still stuck there. So apart from that, and I have to forgive him because he is an engineer, I'll hand you over to David and he can share his experiences about Google with us.
Thank you, Linda. Thanks for a very warm welcome, I think. And thank you, John and Bridget and everybody for inviting me back. Actually, just before I get into anything interesting, just looking around here, I'm always amazed by Trinity College and the ability to not have lectures and talks in boring rooms. I mean, this is just a phenomenal room. I think the last time I was here was actually nearly 17 or 18 years ago when it was the AIB, so it's a stunning room. I'm not a cellist, and I am a big company guy, so I'm going to...
Stuff, but...
No! But to set the scene, I suppose, I'm definitely not as eloquent as David, so I'm going to put up a few slides, and it's much easier because what it's going to do is it's going to help me actually, when they do come up, structure my conversation a little bit more. So, as Linda said, I left Trinity College in, actually I won't say the year because that carbon dates all, well, date every one of us. But yeah, I spent time in the electronics department. And I had a great 4 years there, so it's a pleasure for me to come back and look at a MacBook frame in front of my eyes. So I'm going to do this without the slides by the looks of things. I want to talk a little bit about just Google, a company that I joined 3 years ago. Just to give you guys a little bit of a set the scene for what we do in Ireland, and then just talk a little bit, I suppose, about the economy or the opportunities, I suppose, that exist there at the moment. I'm not an economist, I'm an engineer. Linda reckons engineers make the best economists. If nobody checks my numbers, I'll agree with that. So what I want to do, talk a little bit, I'll just skip through the first few slides. I mean, the internet obviously is part of everybody's life at the moment. A few numbers, 3.6 billion searches are done per day worldwide, so please don't go check the numbers anybody. About 2/3 of those are on Google, which is very impressive. There is, I think, about 43% of adults in the EU use the internet every single day, and this is going somewhere. And then also we upload more than 20 hours of video onto YouTube every single day. So our mission as a company is to, organise the world's information as best we can. That means allowing you guys to search, allowing you guys to search videos, allowing you guys to search any information you want and have that easily accessible. It's been our mission for 10 years. The company was founded in 1999 as David said. It's sorry, I'm just going to wait for the slide.
I was saying to people earlier, there's definitely an opening for a company to fix this kind of problem that happens at every single conference and meeting I'm at. To make life easier.
Exactly. Okay, so a little bit about Google just coming to Dublin. Been here since 2003. We've been in our headquarters since 2004 on Barrow Street. So if you look really closely, you can see Euro Electric up there. We came to Dublin why? Well, basically, it's a multilingual and very well-educated workforce. It wasn't Dublin those years ago, and still is the case now. The interesting one is the second point, is vibrant economy. That was one of the very strong reasons for coming at the time. I'd like to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. And then the good infrastructure that we have in Dublin. The city centre location we have, it's down on Barrow Street. It's in the Docklands area, and what we have found is a hub for young professionals. Facebook have just opened up headquarters, there will be a headquarters there as well, with many other ICT companies. So there's a good atmosphere, a good buzz there around that general area at the moment. In Dublin specifically, we have approximately 1,500 Googlers. We work across very many areas: engineering, online sales, finance, shared services. We have 65 different nationalities and speak 45 different languages. The reason we do that is because our online sales department, we support pretty much everything that's not in Asia and not in the US. We support all of EMEA, all of Europe, Middle East and Africa. About 50% of our employees have master's degrees. 40% have studied in more than one country. So what we're saying is we have a very broad cultural background. And again, 2/3 of employees have fluency in more than two languages, or two or more languages. I'm not one of those. I'm embarrassed to say that most of the Irish that we actually hire don't, and people come from the other countries, particularly in Europe, have a huge breadth of language experience. Just to explain a little bit about the evolution of Google, and again, this isn't going to be it's not a sales pitch on Google. I'll show you why I'm pointing out some of the key products that we actually have, because I think it's very valuable in this day and age for particularly people who are potentially looking for roles or investigating various different companies. I mean, we can talk a little bit more in the panel session about any of these that you wish, but they're all different companies from or different products from launching the search engine in 1998, 99. It was 2000 before we came out with Google AdWords, which is how we monetize and how we make our money. And then all the innovations in the last number of years. And the innovations haven't slowed down. The new inventions and new products have not slowed down in any way. And you may be aware, you may not be aware of the buzz around Buzz, which we just launched publicly last week again. So this is our kind of entry into the social media side of things, and it's a feature on Gmail. Some of these tools you can actually use then directly to help for job searching. The one at the top is Google Search. Obviously then you have things like books, you have Google Finance, I'm not going to go through them all, but Gmail, various different products that you can use to actually help in the search for a role, to investigate companies, to decide where you want to go, decide where you want to kind of progress your career. A little bit of a plug just for Google, and it may be very useful for some of you individuals. We are hiring in Dublin at the moment, and again we break it across various different roles. We have advertising and sales the whole time. Personally, the online media sales team, where I support, so kind of drifted a little bit from my engineering background, much to Linda's shame. But we support basically our sales teams in selling all our display offerings, so our image advertising, our advertising on YouTube. But again, I think the engineering and the technical background definitely helps in those situations. We have a large amount of business supporting functions in the office, whether it's legal, marketing, HR, communications. We spend a lot of time supporting our other offices and our other